Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Welcome back if you're returning. My name's Amelia. Okay, so in today's bonus reading, you guys voted for what is it that your ancestors want you to know right now. So I'm going to do one collective reading. So my intention here is that if your intuition has brought you here, it's for a reason. It also might be that some messages resonate and you will know others. If they don't, just, let them pass you by. Okay, so what I have done, because I was drawn to pull from quite a few oracle decks, is I've already shuffled the oracles. So I'll lay them out in a moment, but the tarot will do together. Okay, so let's begin. Let's start with the animal oracle message. We have Falcon. Act on the opportunity that's before you and commit to it without equivocation. Okay, I think let's lay them all and see what we get. We have Playfulness. I am a playful participant in life and I always have the option to make something a fun game rather than a heavy burden. Mary Poppins put sugar in the medicine for a reason. That lady really knows how to party. Okay. Oh, we have Faith. That's very interesting. Lots of third eye energy here, a whole heap of amethyst in the middle. I'm already getting that some of you are very psychically attuned. You may already have a good relationship with your ancestors. We have Playthings. This is the number 19. How interesting with the card Playfulness as well. And this card is saying about something that feels like a burden, but you can find a way to make it less heavy. Now, these playthings don't exactly look wonderful, but so something that's really maybe causing you distress right now. Your ancestors are already saying, we're aware. We want to help you see how you can turn this around to work in your favor. Okay, so how do we pronounce this? Yeshet Sogal, I believe, Lady of the Lotus Born. Embodiment is the deepest bliss. My body was made for enlightenment. So Yeshet Sogal is seen as the mother of Tibetan Buddhism. So again, lots of spirituality, a sense of being awakened and very much connected with this faith card. It makes so much sense. Who else? We got two of these divine feminine cards. So what I will say is whether you are a woman or a man, we all have divine feminine and divine masculine energy within us. So don't let this alarm you if you're thinking, oh, maybe this isn't for me. It's just about the energy. Okay, Mirabai. The saint of true freedom. Love is what sets me free. I am married to my own soul. And I believe she was a Hindu poet, but also there's some mysticism around her, or she was seen as a mystic as well. So again, a psychic connection there. Some people might see you as a leader. I wanted to say a prophet, but that obviously seems incredibly it's quite extreme perhaps to say, but I feel within your own personal life people come to you as being someone with wisdom, and your ancestors could be saying the wisdom that you have is both gained through your knowledge, your experience here in this lifetime, but it's also something that they're passing to you through this open channel that you have. And we have no one else knows what they're doing either. It's all going to turn out fine. Okay, this is so interesting. I'm seeing your ancestors are saying there are two distinct things going on. There's the very human side of you that's saying there's some kind of burden that you're dealing with. And if it's not one specific thing, it might be that, I've just realized how weird, look. Very strange that that's the card that would come out and I would put it here. Okay. If it's not one specific thing that's burdening you, sometimes you might be very weighed down. It could be with doubts that you're weighed down, here, wondering if, you really know what you're doing. You might be suffering with some imposter syndrome, wondering if you know as much as you should right now, perhaps feeling like you're winging it a bit, one step at a time, which is fine. So your ancestors are seeing that. But on the other hand, on the other side of things, they're saying, do you know how powerful you really are and how many people are looking to you for wisdom, inspiration, how many people see you as a leader? Now, some of you will be saying, yes, I know, and that's what terrifies me, I don't know why they think I know anything more than they do, but I feel that you do, and I think it comes from This faith that you have, this connection to some higher knowing, to your ancestors, to your higher self, or maybe even just to that tiny voice inside of you that lets you know when something is right, when something is wrong, when something is in alignment, when something isn't. So if you're not consciously, actively working on your spirituality or very spiritual, awakened, I feel this happens for you organically, naturally. And it might be something that you choose to consciously develop in the future. You could have very psychic dreams as well, or prophetic dreams. Okay, so some of you could be writers as well, or you could be drawn to writing, speaking, communicating, singing, or something to do with music. And I feel your ancestors are encouraging you to do this, not just for your own good. I think it will be very soothing and cathartic for you, but I also feel other people are going to be able to derive enjoyment, help, benefits from this as well, and it could very well take off into something that becomes like a vocation rather than an outlet or a hobby. Okay, so in a very 3D sense, if there's an opportunity around you and you're not sure about it, you're thinking this will become a burden, I don't have time for this, your ancestors are saying it's actually a good idea to try and move forward with this. And if you can, see it as something to enjoy. We have playfulness right next to this. Or is there a way that you can make this better? Let's say you have to do some cleaning, but you don't want to. Can you put some music on, to make it more enjoyable, to distract you a bit? So that's just a silly example. But I think your ancestors are saying it's worth moving forward. And if the alternative is you don't go ahead with this opportunity, well, it's gone anyway. So even if you move forward and you don't take it 100% seriously, or you bring a bit of fun, a bit of joy to the situation, you have nothing to lose. And you might find that by doing that, it actually doesn't feel like a burden. It's bringing something in to your life. Another way I can read this is if you are manifesting consciously right now, if you are consciously co-creating with the universe, I feel your ancestors might be saying that what's going to help you to speed this up is to be very focused, to address your doubts. It's best not to ignore them because that won't make them go away, but to address them and try to relieve yourself of those doubts. Try to resolve them in your mind and in your heart space so that you can focus completely on what it is you're bringing in or your desired outcome. So there could be a heads up from your ancestors that you might be a little bit divided right now, and that can be an indication that something needs to be changed, that something you're manifesting might look different now to how it looked when you started. If it's been a longer manifestation, for example, or if it's something brand new, maybe what you think is something you want actually is something that your past self might have wanted, a week ago, a year ago, that sort of a thing. Okay, there's definitely a message here to find your own support, because I do feel you are a figure of support, of wisdom, of insight and experience for many others, but that can become very, very heavy. And I feel that your ancestors are saying you don't need to, and you shouldn't be carrying all of this alone. So whether you find support in another person, whether it's a friend, family member, or you seek support professionally, whether it's you speak more to your ancestors or to your spirit guides, or maybe you find release in doing something, as we said, something creative. Either way, I feel that there's a need here for you to not be the keeper of everyone's secrets, because that can get very, very heavy. And I feel you do this lovingly, you don't hold any resentment or any grudges, and it's all a very natural process. People sense this within you, they trust you. I think you're happy to share your light with them, but at the same time, part of your soul might be feeling very weighed down. If we look at this card, it says the Saint of True Freedom. There is a part of you that needs to experience this release and this freedom. Okay, we have playthings. So we've already discussed that, trying to bring in more fun. Also, if you're doing something that started as fun and it's now just not, it's causing you pain, it might be time to say, okay, that served me at one point in my life. Let me start to be open. Let me open up to change and see what comes in that's new. And that can be very scary, particularly if one of the things you enjoyed is very much related to your 3D world, your 3D foundation and stability, like a job, for example, you know, and if you've been there for many years or you've worked very hard to get there, you might be saying, well, I don't want to just do a 180 and walk off. So I think it's about taking this one step at a time and in a way that feels comfortable. It's all about tiny bits of joy here and there, whatever feels comfortable for you. Okay, faith, yes. I already feel you have strong faith in your ancestors, in the divine. I think this is a connection that's very strong, and I'm hearing you've tested it. So I don't know if that means that you have, maybe let's say you connected with the divine or your ancestors or your guides, and you got a response in terms of a sign, or you manifested and it came in. You know, it's something that I feel you have some evidence that it's true, it works. That's why you have such strong faith. Okay, now this card, yeah, I mean, this is classic imposter syndrome here. Everyone else is going around acting like they know what they're doing, but because I feel you genuinely want to be the best for others, you're giving out this pure and genuine light. You don't feel comfortable almost blagging it, you know, in a sense you want to be sure that what you're saying is helpful or what you're doing is right. And you know, I feel that concern, the fact you even have that concern means that you are making the best possible choices in any given moment. So it's less really, it's not so much that no one else knows what they're doing, also it's fine. It's more that you can trust yourself that you do know. And if there are things you don't know, you will recognize that. You're not going to just pretend, give out misinformation. If someone's trusting you, you're not going to lead them astray just so you can seem like you have the answers. You know, I really feel there's something here about trusting and having faith in yourself, as well as the divine, your higher self, your ancestors, your intuition. Okay. So let's see what else. Another thing I'm getting here is if you find there's some Aquarian energy coming through, if you find that you have this free spirit, even if you're very, very rooted in the 3D and you like, you know, your home body, you kind of don't feel that free. There's a part of your soul that is very expansive and maybe sees things differently or longs for something different or to do things in a different way. Your ancestors are asking you to honor that. You will find your tribe, you will find your community, and I think because again it's coming from such a genuine place, a genuine energy, even if those around you don't necessarily understand where you're coming from or what you're doing, they will respect it and welcome it. So try to be, what's the word, as true to your soul as is possible in any given moment. And sometimes it's more practical and sometimes not so much, so we have to balance it with this 3D experience we're having, but as much as possible. Okay, we have the 7 of Wands out. Yes, a very defensive stance here. That could be a learned behavior. Maybe you have been through some things here, or maybe you're anticipating you might need to really stand up and defend yourself and fight. Let's keep going. Yeah, 10 of Wands. We have strength. Okay, I'm really seeing you've been through some things or something heavy, whether it's been visible to other people or not, and you have risen above. We have death in the reverse, Scorpio energy, we have Leo energy as well, and we have the Page of Pentacles. Okay, so you've been through something here, and it was tough, it was difficult. There's been incredible growth and transformation, and your ancestors are very proud of you. There is a side of you with this dragon here that can intimidate other people. It's almost like you're this being of light, of wisdom, of insight. I'm hearing grace. But if someone does something wrong, unethical, if someone basically does something that is not right, is not just in your eyes, to you or to someone you feel very protective over, you will make a stand, you will take action, you will do something, and that can surprise people, because that side of you, I don't think it shows unless there's really a need for it to come out. And this is a side to you that has grown over the years, over time, and it might be something that you can say, this became a feature of me and my personality and my soul after this, whatever this event is. If it's one specific thing for you, you know, I went through that, it was very difficult, and it made me this now, you know, it made me stronger, or it gave me this quality, or it added to my personality in this way. So please, if you feel that way about something, please don't see it as though you have like now a hard edge to you, or that you can be angry or aggressive. This is coming across as a strength. And you see how we have the light here coming from the divine. Your ancestors are saying, we are here supporting you. We're encouraging the strength. We can see the benefit of you having this strength and having been through that experience and dealt with it in the way that you did. What they are saying though, is you might be carrying this defensiveness with you a little bit too much, more than you need to. You know, you kind of don't need to always be on guard anymore. Maybe you did at one point, maybe things were very burdensome or heavy at one point, but now you can allow yourself to go through this death and to start looking at the sun rising in the background here, to look at this new day, to allow yourself to come out the other side. So it might feel like if you do that, you come out as this page, you come out as a child, you don't want to be overly exposed or vulnerable, you don't want to seem inexperienced. And your ancestors are saying, well, that could never be, because you know, allowing yourself this release is not going to erase your memory. You know, you know what you've been through, you have those memories, you have the wisdom, the lessons, the experience. It just means a release. It means you free yourself. That part of your soul that wants to be free and to fly, that's feeling weighed down, gets to breathe again. You know, yes, I mean, look at this dragon. Dragons can fly, and yet it's sitting on the ground. It's you know, respecting this woman's wishes, which is that it stays next to her. But I feel there's a restlessness within you. I think there's a way in which you're wanting to expand, to have that freedom. Okay, so we have the Ace of Wands. We have the Knight of Cups. Ooh, Six of Wands. This row here is much lighter. It's much more positive, much more joyful. The Mother, which is the Empress in this deck. So here we could be talking about opportunity, and we have the World. So a wrapping up of something huge. This could talk about travel. We have the Sun in reverse on the deck. So we have Libra, Taurus energy here, more Leo energy. I feel your ancestors are saying you're moving into a new cycle, providing you can let yourself completely go through this transformation with this death energy here and come out the other side. You're really coming into a cycle that just, it's brand new, it's rewards coming in, it's abundance, it's joy, it's almost you saying, finally, things are working out for me. I'm seeing the Wheel of Fortune in my mind, you know, finally things are, the tables are turning, you know, my luck is coming in. And it's coming from a place of allowing yourself to be more vulnerable, to be more even idealistic. Right now you might be thinking of that energy and saying, no, you know, that's silly, that's what got me into trouble last time, or I never want to be that, you know, weak again, if that's how it feels to you. But actually getting in that energy pushes you straight into the energy of the Empress, which is, you know, really manifesting something wonderful, or many wonderful things towards you. The Empress is a very fertile energy. Okay, there's a lot to say about this image. So you see, we have the Empress, the divine feminine. See the throne that she's sitting on? It's basically a giant penis, isn't it? Let's be honest. So let's say that can represent divine masculine energy. So a really great balance here. You can see she's dropping what looks like acorns into a river, and they are changing, they are growing. So it's like your ancestors are saying, trust yourself, that you know the right moment to push forward, to take action, and you know the moment to receive. Now, if we look down here, you can see there is blood flowing into the river. So blood, sweat, and tears. This is what you have been through. So, you know, trust that you have grown from that, and allow those experiences to now serve you. Allow that wisdom to take you to where you need to go. You know, allow your rewards to come in, because it's very nice, it's wonderful in fact, that you are this shining light for others. But I just feel there's a tiny voice inside of you that maybe even you feel uncomfortable with, that sometimes says, well, what about me? Yeah, what about you? You deserve, you know, everything here that the Empress is receiving. You deserve to be able to grow whatever you turn your attention to, whatever it is that you desire here. Okay, so your ancestors are, you know, as well as reinforcing and reminding you of the ways in which you are incredible and other people see you in that way. They're really asking you, they're saying, please, we've seen that you've been through something. We have been here with you, providing you with some of this strength, really trying to help you through this. And we're very proud of what you've done. But now we really want to see you, you know, release that from your heart, that heaviness. And we want to see you receive the abundance that is now waiting, that you deserve here. I just feel it's time for others to, you know, celebrate you a bit. It's time for you to be a bit more like a peacock, showing yourself off. We have the 9 of Cups in reverse. Yeah, exactly. So you might be reluctant because you're saying, well, it might seem selfish. I don't necessarily want to put myself, you know, in the center of the world like that, you know, the center of the universe. But you can be the center of your universe. And look, we have a genie here. You might be wondering, is it just a fantasy? Could these things even come true for me? Could I ever be that, you know, Knight of Cups energy again? Have I been through too much? And your ancestors are saying, no, you can find a perfect blend of this strength and this vulnerability. We have the Queen of Wands. Oh my goodness, and strength again. Okay, wow. So you're very fiery, whatever your element, whatever sign you are, there's a lot of fire and passion and strength here. And again, that intuitive connection. 9 of Pentacles. Yeah, I'm seeing you are so independent, and not in a way that you go around saying, I can do everything myself, by myself, for myself. You just do things and other people notice. I think they're, you know, the main piece of I guess, something to be thinking about that your ancestors keep telling me. They want you to be able to receive. If you hold a community together, your family together, friends together, they're saying, well, who holds you together? You know, who is your support network here? Who do you feel is the keeper of your secrets? You might be very good at charming other people, wooing other people. Well, are you able to receive that energy from others towards you, or does it make you uncomfortable? You know, do you feel suspicious of other people's intentions? Why are they being so nice to me? Why are they phoning me? Why do they want to see me? You know, that sort of thing. Yes, your ancestors really want to see you get what you deserve, which is some kind of abundance or reward here, some sort of wish that I feel is being either not allowed in, not recognized, or there's a lack of trust that it really will come in. I think you've at times had to work very hard for the things that you have. So it almost might feel at this stage that if a wish just comes in, it's not something you can trust. It might go just as quickly. Okay, so before we wrap this up, let's see if there's anything else, any final messages for you. 2 of Pentacles in the reverse. With the World as well, this is a big congratulations and also a thank you. Your ancestors are saying there is something that's possibly been passed on through generations that you have dealt with once and for all, for, you know, future generations as well. So of course you deserve a reward. You deserve something lovely. You deserve some abundance coming in. That's not an easy thing to carry, and it's an even heavier thing to resolve. Okay, Page of Swords. And our final card, oh my goodness, Wheel of Fortune. Yes, perfect. Sagittarius energy, but you see the wheel is moving forward. Allow yourself to be curious, to be inquisitive, to be naive sometimes. You don't have to have all the answers. You have many answers, more than enough, an impressive amount of answers, but still it's fine. There's always more to learn. So allow yourself to be in that energy. Two of Coins, you might have several things you're doing, several things you're considering. I feel the universe is saying pick one, something that feels fun, playful, interesting to you. It doesn't even have to have a point beyond that. It could simply be, this is very interesting, I think this might be fun, and go for it and watch how your joy brings in more joy and the abundance that is due to you. Okay, so I will leave this here. I'm just noticing as we're wrapping up the number 2424, so you might want to see if that has a message for you. Okay, so thank you so much. I will be back tomorrow with messages what's hidden in your connection. So messages from the universe about your connection if you have a person in mind, a romantic person. So we'll look at the good, the bad, the ugly, the abundances, the blockages, anything you need to know about your connection tomorrow. So until then, take care. Bye.